will now invite our Vice Dean for Outreach and Admissions, Prof. Saw Chong Hao, who will be talking more about the faculty's diverse learning opportunities in academics and beyond. Prof. Saw is an alumnus of NUS, having obtained his Bachelor and Masters of Science in Physics here in 1991 and 1993 respectively, before obtaining his PhD from the University of Chicago. Without further delay, Prof. Saw, please.
Okay, good morning, everybody. Let me echo Dean and extending a very warm welcome to everybody to the Faculty of Science. So now I'm going to take the next 40 minutes or so to give you an overview about the academic programs in the faculties, about the various student-initiated activities, and the various learning opportunities. So it's going to be an overview, but it's okay because after my talk, if you have further questions, we have a lot of colleagues and faculty members and students outside at the foyer there, where you can ask more detailed questions, clarification, so on and so forth. Okay, yeah. So as Dean has already mentioned, the world that we live in is already very, very complex. I think everybody agree that it is amazing the amount of things we can do with just a handphone in our hand. It's amazing that the amount of information we can obtain. It is also very interesting that it's so uncertain about what is going to happen a few months down the road, a few years down the road. So all these terms that you see, VUCA, digital and technology-driven world, and the integrated world economy is also a very important concept. And you look at the kind of problems that we as a human being will face in the future. The problems of environmental issues, pollutions, the problems of energies, the problem of water resources, the problems of even managing energy, managing resources, managing economics. These are very, very complex. I hope you agree with me that it is not really the domain expert of one single discipline. You really need to be able to embrace the concept, solutions, approach, and ideas from different disciplines, and then you can come up with the most optimal solutions. So this is really why we want to emphasize the idea of the interdisciplinary solutions to problem. And how do we prepare you to tackle those particular problems? And I like to add that sometimes the problem of the future, we haven't even defined yet because we do not know what it is. There will be new one that appears as we progress along. Yeah. So what are the skill set then? Yeah. So if it's so unsure, so uncertain, okay, what do we need to prepare ourselves with so that we can embrace and confront the new career that we may have to be pursuing after our graduation? So these are a list of skills in demand. I hope you look at the list, you look at it and agree, oh yeah, it is really important for us to be able to make connections because as I mentioned, the problems solution will come from different where. Okay, so you'll be able to make connections, able to think, okay, very critically, and then very flexible in adapting to different knowledge, pick up new knowledge. So now I hope you also begin to see that it's not just the domain expert, the content knowledge alone. I probably will also need to be able to learn how to learn even after I graduate. Yeah. So this is a very important skill set. We hope the students will pick up with the 4 years they have with us here and then and beyond. So look, these are the list of the different skill set in demand. And now why NUS? Okay. Now I think if you look at the media, you look at the newspaper, and a lot of survey has been done internationally to try to evaluate the quality of the university. It is amazing. As the MC has mentioned, I graduated from NUS. During my time, NUS is more like a teaching university, but over the 20 years or so, it's amazing the progress that we have made. Okay? I think you also feel very interesting that a lot of international survey will rank many universities in Singapore, especially NUS also, very highly. Yeah. So we are a world-class university now. Yeah. So world-class university, you also should offer a world-class education program. Okay. So in the Faculty of Science, we actually host two programs. We have the Bachelor of Pharmacies, whereby the head of pharmacy department is here, and she will give you a briefing and explanations about B-Pharm program in LT31 at 1 o'clock. And then the other programs that Faculty of Science co-host is, of course, the CHS program, the College of Humanities and Sciences program. Yeah. So CHS, okay, is actually a collaboration between two of the largest faculty that you can find in NUS with a long history. Okay? So more than 2 years ago, the two faculty come together to brainstorm to come up with a program and formulated the College of Humanities and Sciences. So my first part of my talk now is going to explain to you in more detail some of the curriculum structures of this CHS and how we aim to allow the students to pick up very useful skill set so that you are competitive when you go out to work in the future. Yeah. So what is our vision and mission? Yeah. So we mentioned already, the world is going to be, prepare you for a very, very diverse and digital and a future world that keep on changing is very complex. Okay. So we want to nurture the trademark of being able to adapt to different situations and being resilient when you're confronted with challenges. Okay. Develop your empathy. Yeah. So there will be strong foundations, okay, in some very, very important skill sets like communications, reading, writing, okay, and then try to also become digitally competent. Okay. Then learning capabilities is also an important aspect that we hope to instill in our students. Now, every one of you will have your preferred majors. Okay, so of course, there will be a certain depth across a certain discipline. We will also like to encourage you to consider, okay, exploring possibly some second majors, minor, okay, and then that bring a bit of a breadth in terms of the knowledge. Yeah. Now you will see that we will emphasize element which is interdisciplinary curriculum. There will be modules which could be co-curated by professors from different departments, professors from different faculty, so that it's the same topic, but you're able to see different mindset, different approaches from different disciplines. Then you pick up the best of both. Okay, so this is very useful for you to appreciate the interdisciplinary nature of the solutions of the future. Yeah. So what is the curriculum structures, right? Now, some of you may have seen this in the open house online presentations, but sometimes we realize that some students may not have the time to attend the open house online presentation. So I'm going to spend a little bit of time on this particular slide. Typically, when the students come to university, we have students taking 5 modules per semester. Hence, we have a 2-semester system. That means 10 modules per year. It's a 4 years program, so 40 modules. That's why you see 40 modules is a typical number. That's what you always see. This is the basic minimum you need to do. Typically, a module have what we call 4 modular credit. So 160 modular credit. Now, in your entire 4 years, you're going to divide your education journey into a pie chart like this, which is about 1/3, 1/3, 1/3. In fact, 13 here for the common curriculum module, 15 here for the major requirement, and 12 here for the unrestricted elective. Okay, roughly 1/3, 1/3, 1/3. Now, you don't do 1/3 in first 1/3 of your 4 years here. No, okay, it's all evenly distributed out. Okay, heavy to some, let's see, move along, it transforms, it changes. Okay, so now you look at this particular pie chart. The blue color part is what we call the common curriculum. In other words, all the students in College of Humanity and Sciences, you have to go through, irregardless of your preference of major of choice. Okay, so it's like so-called compulsory for everyone. Okay, and you'll see what we design for you to learn. Then the orange part is the major requirement. So hence, for example, you may be interested in majoring in chemistry. Then the chemistry department will design and plan 15 modules that you need to complete. These 50 modules can also be some compulsory ones, some from a basket of elective ones. Is that clear? Good. Then the remaining 12 module, which is the gray color part, is called unrestricted elective. As the name suggests, it is like a free play. It's up to you. So it's your choice of what you want to do with the 12 module in the unrestricted elective. So now, as explained here, if you completed your 15 modules in your major, you'll be able to graduate with a Bachelor of Science degree with a major in, let's say, chemistry. So I use chemistry as an example. Okay. Now, what do I do with this 12 module? Some students say, okay, maybe I would like to spend these 12 modules. Perhaps I take up 10 modules from the economics department. Then I will be able to complete what we call a second major because it's only required 10 modules. Do you see what I'm trying to say? In other words, when you present your academic transcript to your employer, say, I'm very good in chemistry. I'm also quite knowledgeable in economics. So this is what we mean by primary major and secondary major. Okay. Now, some students maybe say, no, I don't want to spend all 10 modules on economics. Maybe I want to just spend 5 modules on, let's say, life science. Okay. So maybe you can do a minor in another subject. Okay. Since there's only 5 modules, you can choose to do 2 minor. Okay. So it's really up to you to plan. Now, so this is what we call the double major combination. You see, Here, if you choose your first major, 15, second major, 10 modules, you'll be able to have a single degree with a double major. Yeah. It gets a little bit more complicated because sometimes students say, what if I do 15 here for X and 15 there for Y? Now, if this X and Y come from two different faculty, for example, we have FOS and FASS, right? Faculty of Arts and Social Sciences, then you will have 2 degrees. Is that clear? But of course, you have to do 15 and then another 15. So in other words, you probably will need to do a bit extra compared with your friend, because in principle, you need to do additional module. Yeah. This typically can be done within 5 years, for example, 4 years pushing it, but it is possible. So let me build on this and elaborate on this more. Okay, yeah. The blue color part is what we call the common curriculum. Okay, so the CHS common curriculum involves 13 modules whereby every one of you must take. Look at the title of this curriculum. Okay, I wish I am a student again, so I can go and take this module, because it is really exciting to be able to look at different way to approach, different way to new knowledge. Okay, so see, writing communication is very important, and community and engagement, this is the important part. We want the students to be able to contribute and reach out to the community. Yeah, see, design thinking. Isn't it amazing? There's even a recipe for you to teach you to how to become creative. So this is the kind of things that is important for you to pick up. Okay? Data literacy, digital literacies, this is quite obvious. Yeah. And now a lot of people, a lot of discussions is about machine learning, artificial intelligence. We want the student to be able to pick up some of those knowledge as well. Now look at this basket. Regardless of your preference or training or background, everybody must do. So Asian study, humanities studies, and then social sciences. See, yeah, so you'll be able to see what does it mean to become a human, right? So you think about this kind of concept. And then from Faculty of Science, we are going to offer Scientific Inquiry 1, Scientific Inquiry 2. In fact, a bit of advertisements this afternoon at 3 o'clock in this venue. Professor Ryan Purton is going to come here and share with you his experience and his thoughts after having combined with a few professors and TA, taught the Scientific Inquiry 1 module. Then you can see, what is SI1 about? Yeah. And now this basket, look at it, interdisciplinary. Okay? We are going to get professors from different faculty, different departments to come up and then brainstorm and then propose discussions on topic on interdisciplinary nature. For example, it's very obvious, right? Yeah, energy problem, environmental issue. So all these things you can think about is really interdisciplinary. Yeah. So I would like to emphasize now, the journey that you're going to pursue in university is going to be very student-centric. Okay, so you have to make decisions, you have to make choices about what you want to do. Okay, many ways to use your UE, unrestricted elective. Okay, and many majors to choose from. Okay, the freedom to craft your own journey. Okay, now some students worry that, so I quite blur, come in first day, I don't know what to do. How do I choose? Don't need to worry, because Dean has already mentioned you are allowed all the way up to 4 semesters to finally decide what you want to do. So in other words, we encourage you to come in and explore and try and read different modules, so that, of course, we know that you have a primary major in mind typically, yeah, but you may never know that you may develop a liking for a second subject. Yeah, so then you may pick up. Now later when our students share, you will see that their experience on this. Yeah. So here it is, CHS, College of Humanities and Sciences, offer common admissions to incredible choices. Okay, so here I list out 4 color bars. Okay, you see the gray color bars are modules, majors offered by the departments in the Faculty of Science. So these are very obvious. Okay, science-related subject. Yeah. Then you see this bar. This is the Asian Studies and Humanities. Okay, where you can have topics like Chinese language, Chinese studies, linguistics. Yeah. Social sciences, obviously you have the social science, political sciences, psychology. Yeah. And then there are a basket of program which is specially created called the cross-disciplinary program, where data science and economics, environmental studies, PPE, philosophy, politics, and economics. Okay. So as the name, you can see, as the name suggests, you really have a nice collections of module design for you to pick up the skill set that is comprehensive and also complementary, so that prepares you well for a world of data science and economics. Yeah. Okay. So the good thing is many of these programs, the science-related ones are represented outside at the booth there. So feel free to find out more. If you're interested in the arts one, how? Don't worry, because at the same time now, at the Faculty of Arts and Social Sciences, okay, there is also a in-person open house taking place right now. So if you want to find out more about other programs that's not in science, you can hop onto the bus, go on to the other side of campus, and then find out more from there. So how do I combine? Do I combine? There's no need to combine all the time, but if you want to do certain combinations of primary major and secondary major, you see that these are options, possible combinations. And you can consider doing, for example, physics and philosophy. This is actually quite popular among some of the students. This is also very popular, life science and psychology. Okay, and then chemistry and Japanese studies, data science and analytics, and sociology. Now, it appears that this particular slide is not well designed because it seems to be cut off at the edge there, but it's actually intentional because we want to tell you that we cannot list down every single thing. Yeah, so if I want to list down, the list go on to the right-hand side of the LT, okay? Just think about it, okay? So 700 plus double major pairing, yeah. So a lot of students come to us and say, sir, can I do this and this double major? I say, okay, so there are. A lot of time, most of the choices of double majors will be available to the students, okay, yeah. So with the exception of some of the programs with the asterisk, so for example, we have pharmaceutical science as well as FST here. This one, we have a certain quota in terms of the number of students intake. Okay, yeah. So these are the three programs. There is what we call cross-disciplinary program. What I've already mentioned that the nature of the program prepares the student well to tackle the problems of the future. In fact, we have an environmental studies booth outside, so you can talk to the prof outside over there. Also data science and economics as well. Yeah. So now, what kind of students do we have in the faculty? Didn't mention these three terms, so now I'm going to elaborate these three terms. I have changed the pie chart into a bar chart now. It's the same color code. Remember the pie chart, which is blue color, orange color, and gray color? Now they are converted into bar chart. See the bar chart here, bar chart here, bar chart here, and you see the same blue color because this is common curriculum. Every one of you must do. So no change, 33% here. The major, which is the orange color, 15 modules, remains here in your primary major. Now, the unrestricted elective 12 modules, as I mentioned, is free play. It's up to you to decide what you want to do. Okay. So now maybe there is a group of students who say, I'm really, really deeply interested in a certain subject. Okay. I want to go all the way. I can use my entire 12 modules just dedicated to that particular discipline. You can do so. It is your choice. Okay. So that means there's no more gray color because that 12 module is still the same as your major. It's not repeat module. It's more basket of module for you to choose from. Okay. So in principle, you can spend all your space in UE on your major. And this group of students, we call them the deep specialists. Typically, we appreciate that this student may go further to do a PhD, for example. Okay, yeah. Now, then this group of students, we call them the integrator. They say, okay, I have a primary major now, 12 modules in the unrestricted elective. Let me spend 10 of them into another discipline Y. Okay? Discipline X is my major, discipline Y is my second major. So this group of students, we call them the integrator. Okay, and then you still have 2 modules that you can choose other things of your interest. Maybe a group of students say, I don't want to do a second major. Okay, I may do a minor, but I don't want to do a second major. So this group of students will study 12 modules, read 12 modules, but they do not dedicate to a certain secondary major. It's okay, perfectly fine. Okay, this group of students we call it the versatilists. So they are picking up knowledge that is useful for them for different career in mind. Perhaps they want to impress their employer that, oh, I'm very knowledgeable in this, and that. Yeah. Okay. And then you look at this. Whether you are this specialist, integrator, or versatilist, basically at the basic level, you do the same amount of modules. You see that? Some students get wrong impression, oh, if I do second major, I have to do more workload than the not second major kind. No, see, same size because same number of modules. Okay, good. So these are the 3 different categories of students that we think we'll have. Yeah. It gets more complicated than that because I think now you have seen in the news that university has also announced new thing. Okay, we have the NUS college, which has been announced, and also we have the College of Design and Engineering, which has also been announced. In fact, they also will start their first batch of students in August. Yeah. Some students may come to us, sir, I want to do a primary major in chemistry. secondary major in material science and engineering? Can or not? They say, oh, material science and engineering is not from CHS. It is from College of Design and Engineering. The answer is yes, you can. Can you see how versatile and how complex it can be? You can take your primary major from one college, your secondary major or minor from another college. Some students say, sir, I want to do a primary major in mathematics, secondary major in computer science. Can? Yes, it's possible. So I do not want to go on and list out all the possible combinations because it's just too complex. The good thing is Professor Chifu Tim and Dr. Ng Ka-Lun, these are our Vice Dean and Assistant Dean, Associate Dean on undergraduate study. You can talk to them about the details, how kids can be done. Okay. Yeah. So now I'm going to spend the second half of the presentation to give you a very, very brief overview of all the interesting out of classroom experiential learning that we have designed for you. Okay. So we have learning from the experience of doing things outside the classroom. Okay. And then exercise leadership, negotiations, and then make decisions, think critically. This is very important when you go out to work, right? Character development, intellectual development, okay, and also very important, even try to prepare you for the kind of lifelong learning that you need to adapt, okay, even beyond your studies. Okay, yeah. So we have global opportunities, residential program, student-led activities, student research opportunity, and career preparations, which are the broad umbrella to talk about the different avenues for experiential learning. Let me go through them one by one very quickly. Okay, yeah. Global opportunity. Are they study abroad program? Can I go abroad, overseas? Okay. Why are students interested in going overseas program? Okay. Besides academics, what do I gain from participating in overseas program? There are a wide variety of overseas studies abroad program. Okay. So we have short-term one, okay, a few weeks, okay, for example, where you have a language immersion program, or you can have a winter and summer undergraduate research program. Okay, so that means you can go to different institutions to have a certain exposure. Okay, and it's very important in the sense that there's just something that we cannot provide. That means a local environment of a different culture and different language speaking culture. Right? So, and when you go there, you get to see how different people deal with different problems, go with your life, and then also networking is very important. You get to make friends over there. Okay, yeah. Then we also have some global classroom. You see, for example, right? Many of us are very interested in environmental issue, biodiversity. Right now, biodiversity in Singapore, you have one form, okay, but it's also very, very important to be able to go to a different place, okay, to explore, to understand. See, for example, you get to have field trip to go to Sri Lanka, Malaysia, Philippines, Tioman, to understand okay, how the ecology and biodiversity is like, depending on the whatever constraint or availability or resources in the local environment. There are some students who are very interested in nanoscience. Okay, so there's also a program whereby you get to come up with certain interesting solutions to a nanoscience project, and then you get to go and present it, and you can get to attend a certain exhibitions, because that's where all the big companies on nano come in, and then you see how they provide solutions to different issues. Okay, so there's also seafood supply chains in Japan and Singapore, this kind of discussion. Okay, so this is collaborations with Hokkaido University. Yeah. Then you ask, oh, where can I go? Oh, I cannot list out everything. We have more than 300 partner universities across all over the world. Yeah, so we are happy that the situations of COVID is behind us now. So hopefully they continue to be further and further behind us. That does not constrain you from traveling. Yeah, okay. So past year has been quite restrictive because of COVID situations, but now we hope that, finger crossed, okay, that situations will continue to improve. So we have many, many partner universities. So the nice thing is that when you go to the partner university for your exchange program, you pay the same school fees you pay in NUS. Okay, yeah. So because you have worry about flight and accommodations. Yeah. Then we have this NOC, NUS Overseas Colleges. This is very, very interesting. It's very unique program. I have a student who attended this. He went to Silicon Valley, actually. Yeah. So what he did, daytime, he would join the company, go to the company, work with the CEO, CTO, COO, CFO. You know what that is? Okay, okay. So they say, oh, so a big company, multinational company has all these kind of officers, and then they provide solutions and then come up with very cool ideas to generate business. Okay, yeah. And then at night, he will go to Stanford for class. So this is a kind of an entrepreneur program whereby you will carry out internship in tech startup. Okay, so that means then you take class in the partner university. So where do we go? You can go to Beijing, Ho Chi Minh City, Israel, Munich, Nagoya, so on and so forth. So find out on this kind of program. If you are entrepreneur in kind, you want to see how can I develop my entrepreneurship. Okay. You say, okay, now I want to consider, can I stay in the university residential program? Yeah, we have a different variety of programs that you can choose and consider, okay, to be able to stay in the hall or the colleges. Okay, so hall of residence. Okay, so we have 7 halls. Okay, each of it with unique traditions and heritage. Okay, I stayed in the hall when I was a student, so it was quite convenient for me. But I happen to be always the last person to go to the class. Okay, always late, because you are closest, so you wake up the latest, and then you somehow the chain reaction just happened. Yeah. Nevertheless, the hall, okay, provide unique opportunity for you to live in the hall and then close to campus, and then you can think about some of the activities that you can design and do, okay, and plan and then roll it up. Okay. Then we also have colleges. Okay, so for example, the latest one, which start this year, is the NUS college. This is like an enhancement program. Okay, and then we also have things like Richfield Resident, Tembusu College. Each of them will have a specific team. Okay, later the students sharing, they will share with you different colleges, what do they focus on in terms of their discussions of topics and so on and so forth. So you're living in the hall with friends, right? And then in the evening table, you may be sitting together with, let's say, the former ambassadors of Singapore, and he comes in and then just have dinner with the student and then talk about different issues. So this is very stimulating intellectually. Student-led activities. This is very important. We are very happy. Outside at the foyer there, besides the departments are represented, the student societies are also represented. So these are student-led activities. Obviously, they will plan very interesting activities for every one of you. Okay, the Science Club and the FASS Club, these are the big club. Okay, so leading the program in each of the students' activities there. And then there are many society for the discipline. Those in the red box, okay, are the sciences. They are here. They are represented outside. So if you're interested in any of them, please go ahead and approach them. Pharmaceutical Society is at LT31 for you. Okay. Yeah. Good. So these are service learning opportunity for a lot of programs. Okay, we run the program for discussions, the camp, and then we run rack and flat. Yeah. Then, if you're interested in research and teaching opportunity, what can I do? Okay. So we have UROPS, UTOPS, and SPS. Okay. So what do they stand for? UROPS is the undergraduate research opportunity programs. Okay. In other words, if you're interested in trying to see how research life is like, many of you typically when you reach year 4, you have this FYP or FYI. Okay, so you have the final year internship or final year project. But let's say you say, I don't know wait until year 4 to do research. Can I do it earlier? Answer is yes. As early as second year, second year, for example, you can approach professor to say, oh, do you have any interesting UROPS project for me? In other words, this is a module you get graded. Okay, but you don't do classes, you don't do tutorial. You go to a lab, for example, if it's experimental based, you come up with solutions to an unknown problem. Okay, you try to tackle and find solution. If a theory one, you need to work out on the models. If a computational one, you need to do coding to understand those. Yeah. Then we have a new one, undergraduate teaching opportunities program. Okay, whereby you becomes the teacher. You can have an opportunity to become a TA, to become a communicator, to teach. Yeah. Then there's a very special program in science. It's called Special Program in Science. SPS. It does not stand for scissors, paper, stone. Okay, it stands for Special Program in Science. Later, our students, Alpha Hay, will share with you. Okay, it is a very special program. Okay, started in 1996. It is one of, in fact, it is our first talent development program. This is a group of students selected through interview. Okay, you have to apply for it. Okay, and then they will be grouped together, typically comprises of biologists, chemists, physicists, mathematicians, and then together come up with solutions to a certain problem. Okay, so they are very collaborative. You are very early, you are already learning integrated science. Okay, And the uniqueness is that the seniors becomes the mentor to the program. They are the teachers for this particular program. Nurture young scientists in a broad area of discipline. Okay, they are very competitive in the sense they obviously they excel well. Okay, so they represent faculty in various international competitions, and they always do well because you go there, you have biologists, chemists, mathematicians, physicists together, all four, so can come up with a very good solutions. Yeah. Okay. Then we also have a lot of industry engagement project. Okay, so you look at here, these are our partners. Okay, for example, right, NUS Agilent Hub. Okay, so for example, you want to have companies who express interest in the research capability, the intellectual know-how of our student and professor, and they set up lab or they collaborate with us to set up lab. For example, you see, there are possibly food science and technology. There were many companies who are interested in seeing how our students can come up with very creative solutions, unique solutions to a certain food product. Okay, and then you see we have a Wilma NUS corporate lab. Okay, so there are a lot of industrial engagement projects. Okay, do talk to us and find out more. Yeah, and then there are also many projects with startup and spin-off. Okay, so for example, like there's a lot of opportunity for, you can imagine, right? So food science and technology, that they have very cool inventions. Then there could be a spin-off company coming out from there. For example, pharmaceutical science, okay, there could be in very creative inventions of very impactful, useful drugs. Okay, there's also possibly a spin-off in that sense. Yeah. Then, okay, then towards the final part, the career preparations. Okay, this is very important. We also like our students to start thinking about this early in your career, in your education journey here. Okay, how does CHS prepare you for careers in general? Okay. Are there internship opportunity provided? Okay, are there opportunity for overseas internship? Okay, yeah. So we will very actively approach our students and engage our students in various career preparations programs. Okay, you see that they in university, you know that there is a Center for Futures Ready Graduates. Okay, so the colleagues in that particular centers, their key responsibility is to keep thinking about preparing our students for careers. Okay. There are many programs that design, their workshop they have planned for. So you can approach them to learn how to write your resume, how do you behave, how in your interview, okay, what are the things to consider, and if you're interested in certain sector of career, what do you do, where do you go? Yeah, okay? And then we also invite industrial partner to come back. Okay? So we organize networking sessions in industry. This is where the company HR manager will come. Then you talk to them, okay, tell them what you do, and then your problem-solving skill, and then maybe there's possibility for internship, yeah, and then also professional internship, yeah. So this is a very important, while you are pursuing your degree and knowledge, also have a mind thinking about your career planning. Okay, don't wait until year 4. Okay, this will be too late. We want you to start as early as possible. Yeah. Okay. So internship opportunities. Okay, so there are many possible internship opportunities. We have the UPIP program. Okay, find out more from our UG colleague, okay, about what you can do, how you can go and plan your timetable so they allow you certain chunk of time that you can join a company for internship. Okay, and then get very rewarding training from that. Yeah. Okay, and then we also, of course, have a faculty-specific program, like we have a faculty mentorship program, because this is so complex and new, right? So we have to be able to provide certain kind of advice and mentorship to our students. Okay? And then, so should you have any questions throughout your journey, just approach us. And of course, we also approach you to organize a coffee session with you to find out how you're doing and what is your aspiration, and so on and so forth. Okay, and of course, we have faculty alumni network, also industrial sharing series. So when we send out invitation for you to come, okay, if your time permit, do come, because it's a very important thing. You be able to have a certain advanced knowledge about what the industry is looking for in terms of a job requirement for, let's say, data scientists. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Then we also invite some company to come back to us and then organize event, because this is a very interesting thing, because they get to see our students also, get to see which student has special skill set. For example, we have a datathon, it's like a hackathon kind of thing. Yeah. Then you can have the competitions among the students, and then who come up with the best code and so on and so forth. Okay. And then provide solution to a certain problem. So these are organized in partnership with industry as well. Yeah. So as a career pathway, career choice, this is of course on your mind. Yeah. Again, intentionally have this slide cut off on one end, because literally we can't really list out all the different careers. Of course, we do have students whose career is directly correlated to the discipline that he or she has chosen, right? Okay. We also have students whose career is not directly related to the domain knowledge, but the ability to think critically, to come up with solutions to solve problem. Okay, the ability to find solutions to a problem are all the hallmark of a very, very strong science student. This is what the employer will be looking for. When they talk to us, they say, oh, we don't really mind that if your student do not know very, very deeply about certain specific subject, yeah, because we will train them, but we really want to see how they think, how they solve problem, and whether they can pick up things on their own and then go quickly. And if they know additional knowledge, they can supplement this, that will be even better, okay? So over the years, of course, CHS is only year 2 now, okay? We don't have alumni directly, but we do have a lot of alumni that has gone through the door of the faculties, okay? And then you look at the kind of career they do, okay? So really diverse, okay? And then they excel in their own field, okay? Some directly related to their discipline, like food science and knowledge, for example. For example, we have mathematicians who are running a hospital. So can you imagine? So this really is about your ability to solve different problems. Okay, yeah. So in summary for the CHS, this is very important. It's a 4-year honors program. Okay, I emphasize and re-emphasize it's a student-centric journey. You decide what your journey will be. Okay, because we're working together with you. Okay, and then very distinct common curriculum, interdisciplinary module at all levels. Okay. What we hope that once you have graduated, you'll be very, very competitive at the market, okay, enhance your career prospect, and there's new skill for digital world, okay, and very importantly, you continue to pick up new knowledge even after you have graduated. Okay, thank you very much.